It's Clifford Thomas.
Pressure back on. Oh, it's off the post. And Cavalier are champions in the land of wood and water.
It's only been a short few weeks since a JPL Super Final between Mount Pleasant and Cavalier, and we are already getting a peek into their upcoming new season, all thanks to the latest CONCACAF Caribbean Cup draw. So yes, people, welcome back to JAMPL Fan, and we have a nice update for you Mount Pleasant and Cavalier fans as both clubs learn their fate in the upcoming Caribbean Cup. So before I share with you all which group they are in and the opponents they will be facing, I will provide just a little bit of a run back on the format of the competition. And this year's edition is a carbon copy of last year's one, which means this will be a group stage, then a knockout stage before we reach to the final where the top two teams will qualify for the 2026 CONCACAF Champions Cup. In the group stage, we have 10 teams split into two groups of 5, and a team will play 4 matches where they see 2 at home and 2 away. Before being drawn, the teams were split into pots of 5 determined by their CONCACAF ranking. So because of that, the first pot has the 2 strongest teams, which was Cibao FC of Dominican Republic and surprisingly Mount Pleasant FA of Jamaica, which means defending champions Cavalier SC only had to be content in being in pot 2. And with that, I can now tell you what the groups are like for each team. Mount Pleasant, as I said to you, were a pot 1 team and was drawn in Group A along with SV Robin Hood of Suriname, O&M FC of Dominican Republic, Central FC of Trinidad, and then they will all await the CFU Club Shield champion, which if you remembered last year was Arnett Gardens. As for Group B, they have Cibao FC, the defending champions Cavalier FC, Defense Force FC from Trinidad, Juventus de K from Haiti, and then the CFU Club Shield runner-up will be in that group as well. So alright, there's a little bit of discussion about both groups. I'll start with Cavalier because I think they were really drawn in the tougher group of the two. You can basically call it a group of death. Why do I say that? Well, first off the bat, they will face the highest ranking team in the region, which is Cibao FC, and they're also the team they faced in the final of the competition only 6 months ago. But the tough opponents don't end right there. The Trinidadian champions Defense Force FC will also be joining in that group, and the Haitian champions Juventus de K will also be tagged along in Group B. As for the last opponent, of course, we have no idea who it is yet, as that spot is reserved for the CFU Club Shield runners-up, but it could easily be Arnett Gardens slot in right there if they fail to win the competition again this year. So again, with the Dunrep champions, the Trinidadian champion, and the Haitian champions, along with the Jamaican champions, all in one group, to me, this is easily the group of death. It's a very tough on Cavalier, but something I'm sure they will relish to take on. As for Mount Pleasant in Group A, well, this is a chance for a big redemption for them after the crashing out in the group stage last year. I won't say this group is easy by any stretch of the imagination, but they should be liking their odds in getting out of this group. SV Robin Hood is always a tough team, especially if you have to face them in Suriname. I have no idea about O&M FC, but they are a Dunrep team, which means they should be fairly good. And then of course Central FC out of Trinidad could be tricky if you have to face them in Trinidad. And then of course the Club Shield champion will be awaiting as well, which would easily be Arnett Gardens once more. So a tricky prospect for Mount Pleasant, but they must be thinking to themselves, they got to do better than last year and make it into the knockout stages. Alright, about the exact fixtures about who they will face who and at what date, we don't get that quite yet, but we do know the group stages will start at August 19th of this year and then be wrapped up on October 2nd. The first leg of the semi-finals will be taken in October 21st to the 23rd, and the return leg will be October 28th to the 30th. The third place and finals will be taking place in November 25th to the 27th, and December the 2nd to the 4th will be the second leg. But alright guys, that's all I got on this quick update on Mount Pleasant and Cavalier as they gear up for another run in the Caribbean Cup. We did not get word just quite yet on Arnett Gardens' fixtures and opponents in the CFU Shield. We have to wait a little bit longer for that one. But at the very least, we won't see a repeat of last year where we saw all 3 Jamaican teams in the same group. So here's hoping we get both teams qualify for the Champions Cup next year. But anyway, as I said, I'm wrapping up. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of Cavalier's group as well as More Pleasant. Do they stand a chance? And which group you'd prefer if you're an Onigans fan to slot in? Otherwise, for great JPL content, you're already at the right place, JAMPL fan. YouTube, big up yourself.